Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your LTQ Vapor Cure Mini Dab Rig Dab of the Day. Hello, everybody. Today is Tuesday, and boy, is it hot out there. And I got to tell you, there was a period in my life where if someone told me it's really hot out, you don't want to go out, I would have gone out anyway because I'm stubborn. I've had tremendous struggles in my life during the periods that I was stubborn. Can you relate? How many of you out there are stubborn people? How many of you out there struggle being a stubborn person? Let's discuss why. As always, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe, join the Senior Stoner family. Send a like my way and I respond to all comments. Well, I'm 63 years old now, and just recently I realized I'm stubborn. I used to think Mrs. Stoner was the stubborn one. I used to think it was other people. But you know what? If I was honest, it's me. As I got older, as the pain became worse, I began, quote unquote, giving less and less of a you-know-what. My opinions started to come first instead of taking the back seat. I started being a little bit more selfish for what I wanted, and sometimes it was even misconstrued as negative. Now, I'm giving myself the label of being stubborn. Others might say it's not stubborn, it's selfish. But it's important for you to understand what you're going through when stubbornness blinds you. That's right, being stubborn can blind you from seeing another perspective. You can have tunnel vision. And you see the finish line with only your name on it. And forget about a group project. Those don't exist. Forget about collaborating. Forget about doing creative things with other people. And by the way, I hate criticism. Sound familiar to any other stubborn people out there? Well, I'm like this. If I know a good way of doing something and nobody's listening to me, unfortunately, I used to take pride seeing them fail. What can I say? But now I understand bigger relationship situation. Growing up stubborn, and I might have grown up that way into what I became, was a blessing and a curse. Because knowing how to manage the positives that being stubborn brings, while downplaying the negatives, is a big challenge. And most people undertake it but can't do it. So if anyone figures out that secret, let me know, because I'm still swimming through life being stubborn, trying not to be. So it's a struggle, and let's discuss how much of a struggle it really is. Do you hate admitting when you're wrong? Bing, 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 bing. Well, that may be the worst thing, because being wrong is unacceptable to a stubborn person. Even when staring you in the face is the proof. You cannot help but try to find excuses for your behavior. You hate admitting that you're wrong so strongly that you're willing to make bold claims that really cut down your authority on anything for the future. That's right. You're stubborn to the point of you're wrong and it doesn't matter. And guess what? It's going to happen that you want to be right all the time. So, stubborn people, you're not a gracious winner. Stubborn people can be downright smug. Stubborn people, if you were right, you go, oh, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But that's wrong. Stubborn people are impulsive buyers. You don't really care if someone advises you not to get a third collectible coffee table book that you're never going to read. You're going to get it anyway because you want something, so you're going to buy it. Stubborn people are impulsive because their opinions are ironclad. Just keep saying that on the phone with the credit card people. Well, I'm sure they'll understand. You see, being stubborn has its ups and has its downs. If you're stubborn out in public, other people aren't going to call you stubborn. They're going to call you nasty. They're going to think you're just darn difficult to deal with. It's one of the toughest things for people who are stubborn. People hate being labeled. And when they hear they're being labeled stubborn, they get even more defensive. In some cases, the people are totally right, but hearing it makes it so much more real and uncomfortable for the stubborn person. And any stubborn person knows that you will tend to shut off and get mad deep inside. And that's a bad way to live. Just because you're stubborn and want to hold on to your stubbornness. Well, once you've made up your mind, that's it. Good luck trying to make a stubborn person change their mind. It ain't happening. There is no compromise. Now, stubborn people tend to have very high standards also. The opinions can bite us in the butt because we're very picky. We don't like most gifts we get, and most likely we'd rather just tell you what we want instead of having you buy it for us. Or we'll get it ourselves. And we know the food we want, we know the vacation plan, we know the perfect haircut. Oh, by the way, we're experts on everything, the stubborn people. So back off. But nobody says that. They just continue to be stubborn. Continue to dig in. Continue to not tell you they're stubborn. You kind of got to figure it out. And you're not going to figure it out. You're going to think they're an ass. Well, authority is always being questioned. Think about it. We don't rely on authority to tell us what we need to do or when we need to do it. Teachers, parents, police, theater ushers, it doesn't matter. Stubborn people don't care what you want them to do. If you're telling them to do it, they don't want to do it. They're going to do it in spite of you or because of you or in light of you, but they don't want to do what you tell them to. And stubborn people, they just hate to ask or give an acceptance to help. They have a hard time accepting a hand, even if they have their hand above the water and it's the last thing you can see as they're going down. Stubborn people think, I'll get out of this problem myself. They're just too stubborn to ask for help. Sound familiar? Anything that needs to be done, the stubborn person is more than capable of doing it, even when they're not. Means that oftentimes there's going to be increased stress, increased rushing around instead of enjoying the process. You know what? Someday people might change, but until then, unfortunately, we keep chasing perceptions of perfection. Well, we appreciate people offering things more than they'll know, but it's never going to hit the spot because we are so stubborn. And you know what happens if you have a relationship where you're a stubborn person and you put another stubborn person next to you in that relationship? Unfortunately, disaster, potentially. So between two stubborn people, you never agree on anything. There'll be no caving in, no wearing the other person down. The match will go on forever. But think about it. It takes two very special people to deal with that. I've been doing it for 44 years. I've got a stubborn love of my life, and I am stubborn to her. And because of our stubbornness in our own clumsy way, we've managed to live together for 44 years and flourish, thank God. So, is it difficult to be stubborn? Absolutely. It's a curse. But does being stubborn have advantages? It could. The trouble with being stubborn is it's a very selfish sport. Stubborn people, unfortunately, when they're in the midst of their stubbornness, don't want to yield to the other one. They don't want to give in. They don't want to share. So it's a very solitudinal, selfish situation people put themselves in. Let's take our diamond dab of the day. Today, we're going to use a diamond rock. Can you see the rock? We're going to chisel off a piece of the diamond rock and put it in today to the cure. We're using our concentrate atomizer, and we're going to pump our good buddy up and have a beautiful dab with all of you. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, give a subscription, join the family, send a like, maybe even a comment. It's important that when we talk about these things, stubbornness, you think about it. Here we go, everybody. Check atomizer. Check atomizer. Here we go. I checked it and it's now working. Getting the wattage up on my Cure. Here comes the dab train. Nice little pipe, nice little pen. Hits like a big boy, not like a little baby. Thanks for watching, and remember, try not to be too stubborn in your life. Cheers, everybody, and have a great day.